My presentation today will be on stress and exercise. Stress is a large part of the college experience. Making sure that your schedule, fits with your work life or your social life. Or trying to study for a test. You have 2 hours, and the thing is, it doesn't feel like it's enough to cover all the concepts that you need to pass the test with a good grade. Let's even back that up further. Back it up. A Floridian college student has been offered a scholarship to go to New York. He or she thinks it's a great idea. You meet new people, new culture, you see new things. An adventurous experience. Whenever they get there, they realize the world has gone a little topsy-turvy. They can't adapt culturally enough to their surroundings, and they're having a hard time making friends. They don't have any family members to talk to that are nearby, or someone close by who has a significant relationship with them. And the best thing right now they could do is just have a phone call to a parent, saying how stressful it is right now. The stress ends up pent-up stress is not good for the body. It usually can lead to, uncommonly, to depression, bouts of depression. Even conversion disorder, which is a psychological, usually through stress, but usually a psychological problem getting off real-world symptoms. Sometimes it could be being mute, deaf, blind, skin rashes, things like that. Now, why is college so stressful for students? Well, that may have to play in how students deal with stress. Some students don't deal with their stress. They don't find a good outlet for it. They don't do yoga or talk or have a meaningful conversation. A good way to solve your stress, if you don't have anyone to talk to or a good place to go, is just to do simple exercise. A simple exercise such as brisk walking, a light jog, or maybe swimming laps for 30 minutes, mind you, is just long enough to release endorphins. Endorphins are a neurotransmitter inside the brain that, when released, trigger the reward center of your brain, your hypothalamus, and you get a feeling of euphoria, of happiness, general feel-good pleasure. Now, why is stress so important to college itself is that, according to a study from the Columbia University and the University of San Diego, 25% of students polled in this survey of the National College Health Assessment said that they experienced poor grades or even disenrolled out of classes due to excessive levels of stress. Now, millennials in general may feel more stress because of how little they may actually exercise. A study done shows that while 53% of millennials rate that exercise is heavily important or just important, happens to be that 29% of those same millennials polled rate themselves as doing a good job or an excellent job at exercising. Now, these are low levels of exercise. Generation Xers, 30% exercise, baby boomers, 25%, and matures are 26%. Relatively lower levels than millennials, but there should be a point where, as you age, your physical health or your physical activity declines due to age. Well, the thing is that Generation Xers are 1% more inclined to exercise than millennials themselves. This may be for a variety of factors. Culturally, exercising is not playing outside and doing a thing is not anymore. We're in an age of technology. YouTube, Khan Academy, study resources, Duolingo have been taking up a lot of our time. Millennials are becoming time-hungry beasts in that sense. And the thing is that That's why they experience more stress, is because they don't have enough time, or don't devote enough time at least, for a proper outlet of stress. So what about those who don't currently have stress, or don't feel stress, or feel like they have their lives in check? Well, the thing is, you don't know if it could happen to you in the next 5 years. A study shown that 25% of students are less likely to develop anxiety or depressive disorder if they've been regularly exercising. And this is an effect for 5 years. They don't know the long-term studies of it because long-term studies haven't been done. But at least we know in the next 5 years, you're 25% less likely to develop depression or an anxiety disorder. And there's so many resources to get there. Just in this area, there's Lettuce Lake Park, Violet Curry Nature Preserve. There's parks. You have a local YMCA. Or you can even take yoga classes as a great way to exercise. People should do it. You build a good, healthy habit. You can even meet people along the way if you so chose your exercise habit to be a social one as well. It's a great way to connect with your community. You're healthier, and you just enjoy life more with less stress.